Oh, we have a special treat for you today. Instead of just focusing strictly on the athletic activities of various individual athletes at Adams State, we've got not only an assistant coach who is participating in a spring season that could lead to a national championship, but we also have John Ybarra, someone who could be participating in the Olympics this summer as well. Welcome back to Grizzly Connect. Bryant Johnson with John Ybarra. It is a unique situation that only track and field coaches and athletes can relate to. You're a coach, but you're also participating as an athlete. So break it down for us. Mid-June, June 17th is the last date you can qualify for the Olympics, but what happens the next 2 months?
Well, let's see. The focus for the next 2 months is to try to win a national title, one that eluded us at the beginning, during the indoor season. We were exceptionally close to winning an indoor national title. So I suppose the main goal is to have the athletes win Division II national championships, and then from then on, kind of do the best that I can and try to make the Olympic trials and see how far I can throw at the Olympic trials this year. So.
You, of course, are the assistant coach specifically handling throwers like Katie Kruger and Wesley Lavong. We've had both of them for Grizzly Connect interviews. Now, do they pop off a little bit when they see you practicing? Do they try to refine your coaching, your technique, and your individual technique? How much fun are they allowed to have with their coach when they see you trying to get some reps in?
They rarely get to see me throw. I try to keep my own training away from theirs. I don't think I've practiced with them maybe once all year long, simply because I can't differentiate between the two. I can't be myself and train myself and then try to coach them at the same time. I have to split those roles up, kind of have an intense focus practice for myself during the week whenever I get a chance to, and then move away from that when I coach them. So.
Well, that begs the question, how does a coach himself? When you're trying to get certain techniques down, how hard is it to almost differentiate what you need to do individually and what some of your principles are for coaching?
That has become the biggest challenge that I am facing right now. I've spoken with a few different coaches across the country, and the question has been asked of myself: how do I coach someone who's throwing distances that I've never had to coach as a coach with an athlete? Now, fortunately, I had Matt Gersick, and he threw exceptionally well, but his distances never kind of approach what I'm currently throwing right now, and so it's very, very much a trial and error type of thing, where I try to do the best that I can and feel the event out and kind of have a introspective way of looking at it.
What's presented the most significant challenge?
Knowing when and how to peak as an athlete when you're going from, let's say, 60 feet being the barrier in college in Division II to 65, 66, 67, 68 feet as a post-collegiate athlete.
Chatting with John Ybarra, ASC assistant coach for track and field, and also someone looking to qualify for the Summer Games in London this year. Well, just from an individual standpoint, from the trial and error, what is something you've taken from yourself, from those errors, from those mistakes, but also from learning about what it takes to improve individually that you've been able to utilize and teach your athletes and incorporate into your coaching?
A lot of it has to do with when and how you use various weighted implements, either heavy implements or light implements, where they're placed in the training program throughout the year, and the point that no matter what, there is always something in every practice session or every competition session that you can draw a positive thing from. Training by myself, and really, if you catch it, it's usually out in the middle of nowhere by myself with no one in there, either in the field house by myself or maybe one other sport athlete shooting baskets, or outside in the throwing circles by myself in the early afternoon, and just trying to extrapolate one positive. It could be one throw from a set of 50 throws that you can build the next practice session on. So.
If you do qualify, what will be the deciding factor?
It'll be what I just said, not having the negative aspect of 49 throws being bad, but taking the one throw that's good and, saying, hey, I did this one thing right. If I can repeat that a few more times and really build upon that, then I'll have a good chance. That'll be the reason that I accomplished what I'm trying.
Well, you have so much going on though right now. I can't even comprehend what it's like being a coach, being ranked number 2 in the country with the women. Men are up to number 4, and then also being a former All-American, a guy who is from Michigan, went to Grand Valley State, came to Adams State. You're looking at the top of the rankings every year, and there's Grand Valley State lurking with a team that's stacked almost as equally as Adams State. How have you learned to adjust from being a former Grand Valley State guy, now just bleeding green and white, and being all about this institution?
It's like if you come to Adams State, you see that we have the support in track and field. But at the end of the day, if you look at our enrollment in comparison to the Grand Valley States of the world, it's an underdog type thing where, we're isolated in a mountainous area in the middle between Denver and Albuquerque, in this place where if you can come here and you can focus on things, you can take down those big schools that have 25, 30,000 students. So it's the underdog mental aspect of saying, hey guys, it's really us against the world. We're going to take a small group of athletes to the national meet against these teams that are going to bring a lot, and we're going to slay the dragon like we really want to.
John Ybarra fighting for a national championship at Adams State and also a bid in the 2012 London Games. A lot to look forward to with you over the next few months. Thanks for joining us on Grizzly Connect.
Thank you.
John Ybarra again on KSPK's Grizzly Connect.